I think it's actually great to be your own worst critic. If you think everything is fantastic and you're not hard on yourself, then you don't grow. If you're only negative on yourself, that's not going to help. You have to love yourself too. The perfection prevents action.
Something you do to not take things personally.
Empathy. Like, what are you taking personally?
Just I do a lot, like one of my patterns is definitely like the blame game, like self-blaming. Like when I make, like I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah.
So it's like when I make a mistake, when I let someone down, I can be like very hard on myself, and I know that it's distracting because my mental energy is going to blaming myself rather like you said like earlier, like figuring things out or seeing what you can do next.
I think it's actually great to be your own worst critic. Yes, because it pushes you, but I think you need to couple it with also being your own biggest fan. If you're only negative on yourself, that's not going to help. You have to love yourself too. And sometimes it means letting yourself off the hook. Sometimes it means saying, I did the best with what I had. Was it perfect? No. Did I get the result I wanted? No. Did I upset somebody? Maybe. But I did the best. My intention was good. I didn't mean to screw this person over. Right? I'm not a mean person. But I made mistakes. And I did the best that I could with what I had at that time. If I could go back, I would do it differently. But this is the best that I could have done. And so now I'm going to try to fix it. So I think when you're low on yourself, that's when you need to be your own biggest cheerleader and pat yourself on the back.
How do you remember to do that though? Because I know this, but sometimes in a minute, I don't see it.
Well, you may not catch it in the minute, right? Right? Try to have triggers. I call them play bigger triggers. So what reminds you to be that bigger version of yourself? Is there somebody that embodies that for you? Who would you pick?
I'll pick you. Yeah.
Me, great. That's a little weird, but because I'm gonna say like, put a picture up in your wall or something, right? No, but that like, I have a picture of my parents on my wall, and me when I'm 8 or 9 years old, because they always told me, you're Evan Carmichael, you can do anything that you believe you can do, right? Anytime that I'm feeling a lack of belief, I look at my parents. I look at that picture, and it's just a reminder that I'm Evan Carmichael. I can do anything I believe I can. Is it a similar story or what? No, don't sorry. It's great.
No, my mom was my biggest cheerleader.
Yeah, so that's it. So like, forget the picture of me. It's your mom, or just remind yourself of your mom, or if it's in your wallet, or you know, I like having those triggers in my environment as a reminder, right? I had a woman come to my workshop in May here, my 3-day workshop, and her husband was her biggest cheerleader, and then he passed away. And she just bought a new house, and how is she going to pay for it? And that's one of the things she did, was just a reminder that her husband's still here with her, and whenever she doubted herself, she just thought about her husband, and she put a picture up, and she looked at it, right? So whenever you're feeling low or down, you have a picture of your mom somewhere, on your mantle or desk or whatever, right? I mean, mine's giant behind me. Well, great. So then do it, right? Like, do it, and even as an experiment for the next 30 days, right? You just try. You put a giant picture up on your wall, right? And then, as part of your morning routine, you walk into your. You work from home?
Yeah.
So you walk into your home office, and there's the picture, and you spend 5 seconds, and you look at it, and you say, "Thank you, Mom." Or whatever feels right. Because your mom is there, she still wants you to win. And it's a reminder so that you don't always have to think about it. It's in your environment. I call it a play bigger trigger because it triggers you to be the person that you want to be.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you're picking your mom over me. It's great. Yeah, but something emotional, something that you would get emotional about, right? Like all those pictures on my wall, they mean something deep to me. Right? And people ask me, how do I buy those pictures? Like, why do you want to buy, like, it's my parents. What are you going to do with a picture of my parents? Put it on your wall, it's weird, right? But pick something that means something to you. I think that's for everybody, because you set it up once. You just have to go home tonight, and even tonight, take out a printer and print a black and white picture and just tape it on your wall. And then this weekend you can go do something nicer and full color and canvas and whatever, right?
Yeah.
But it makes a difference because now your mom's watching over you and reminding you to go for it and to cheer yourself on again. So you still have your biggest cheerleader, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you're harsh on yourself, which I think is great. It's great. I mean, otherwise you don't do anything. If you think everything is fantastic and you're not hard on yourself, then you don't grow. Like that's part of the achievement. You know, the curse is just we're negative. But you have to couple it with being your biggest fan, right? Like, I'm awesome. I think I'm awesome. I think I'm crushing it, right? And I think I suck at the same time.
What are your other play triggers?
Oh, play-graded triggers? I have a giant statue of Guan Yu. I don't know if you know Guan Yu. He's a Chinese god. And it's this bronze statue. It's this big. It weighs a ton, and I carried it across Japan. It's wild. And so Guan Yu was in Chinese history, was this giant of a man, like way bigger than all his Chinese brethren. And so he was a warrior. And they gave him a sword, but he's so big, like the sword was nothing to him. It's like waving a toothpick around. So he made his own sword. That's this long staff and has this sharp blade on the end. That's called the Guandao. Guan Yu is a guy, and the Guandao is his weapon that only he could move because it was too heavy for anybody else to lift. And so when I walk into my room, you can't see it on camera. You just see like the 5 pictures. But it's a reminder because he created his own thing, right? He was weird. He was different. And instead of just accepting it and going with his crappy sword, he created his own weapon, right? So I just love that. I want to create my own Guandao. So that's a reminder. As soon as I walk in, like this giant bronze statue, right in front of me. I've got my 5 pictures. I've got my neck braces on the countertop below, just as a reminder of what I went through. And I'm super grateful to my friend Mark, who suggested that I keep them. Like, why don't I keep them? This is junk. Like, I don't need it anymore. No, as a reminder of the struggle, right? I wore those things 23 hours and 50 minutes a day, right? Every day for 3 full months. Slept in it, everything. A 10-minute shower was my only break. And so it's a reminder of, to play bigger. Like, I'm struggling with this. I broke my neck in 2 spots. Are you kidding me? Right? What you put on your cell phone, what you put on your desktop, I think matter too. Right? So put something on it that reminds you of whether it's your mom or whether it's something bigger, because how often do we look at our cell phones, right? At least 3 times a day, right? A lot, right? And so then you see it, right? And your desktop too. I have a sign on my door that says breathe, because I wanted to remember every time that I walk out of my door, I do 30 Wim Hof breaths. And so otherwise I wouldn't remember to do it. When I was on my tour, I stopped breathing because I didn't have the Wim Hof. I didn't put it on my door at every apartment or whatever they were at. So we rented a huge Suburban to drive across America, and I took the a sticky note, and I put it on my steering wheel. So that every time we got into the car, it was a reminder to breathe, right? So it doesn't have to be fancy, right? Like, I would literally start tonight and print a picture or just write mom and like stick it on the wall just as a reminder, because tomorrow you'll wake up and you'll forget, but then you'll see the thing, oh yeah, right? Mom's watching me, right? And that 15 seconds will be gold. And it sets you up. And then this weekend, go make it fancy and beautiful and colorful and frame it and all that. Because the perfection prevents action, especially perfectionists, right? So just put it up, and then it'll bother you that it's so basic. And you look at it every day, it's like, Mom deserves better than this, right? And you'll make it bigger. If you want to spend some one-on-one time with me, I have a special offer happening right now. Go check out the website right next to me. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.